Please, please go and find your religion for yourself. Don't just be going to church because your parents, you grew up and you're seeing your parent drag you there or going there. Don't be praying because your parents were praying. No, 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 no. Be curious. Ask yourself, what is inside this? What moved them to do this? What is in this thing? Know it for yourself. Personalize it. Personalize your religion, guys. Personalize your religion. I repeat, personalize your religion. It's no joke. Personalize it. Make it personal to you. Know it. Understand it. So that, see, hi guys, welcome to another episode of Class You with Winnie and Winifred and Minu. Okay, I hope you guys are all doing good today, and if you're not doing so good, just try and cheer up. You're gonna eventually be okay. Like, you're going to be okay. So whatever it is, just try and cheer up and be excited and be happy. It's a privilege to be alive and healthy and all that kind of thing. And if you're not healthy, well, you have God. You have God. Anyway, so well, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. Yeah, I I had a very, very interesting Sunday, and I picked up something, right, from a pastor, which I'm going to share with you guys later. I'm going to still be picking stuff and sharing with you guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, then let me concentrate. So, as I said the last video, yeah, that I said I did mention that I was going to talk about knowing and hearing from God. I figured that's kind of tricky, come to think about, because those are they seem a bit separate. Like knowing God and hearing from Him, those are two separate things, and they're very, very heavy topics. They're heavy subject and everything. So today, pretty much, I'm going to just try and just put that all out there, as short as it can be, like, and everything, so that you guys will just get the tips and get the idea, and just as for those of you that know these things, you get a reminder. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, that's it. And eventually, oh god, we're going to get into all that more detailed with time. Like I said, eventually I'm going to have to invite people over, and we're going to talk about all these kind of things, and you guys are going to hear a whole lot of things. So yeah, for now, I'm just going to drop you the one that, just some key points basically. So knowing and hearing from God, I did mention that you cannot literally hear from a person you don't know. Okay, let me rephrase, because some people will be like, they hear from him, and some people will be like, they literally heard from God and they don't even really know him fully, and then they heard from him. Some people literally go through that experience, and people don't really even, they're not even as religious and everything, and they literally will just hear from God and all that kind of thing, and that's different entirely. I mean, hearing him fully, not when God just wants to put you in all that kind of thing. And the time God really comes to us in different ways, and different ways and all that. And which comes to one point that I didn't write here. So I kind of like just wrote 3 points here of some things, because I don't really want to be going round about with you guys and all that. So I just wrote three basic stuff. I don't really like, not everything, but like, well, they seem basic. But back to my point. I just saw something. There's one thing I need to say in between all of this, just so I won't forget. Let me just drop it right now. Let me just tell you guys now. Do not underestimate don't underestimate God's way of communication. Don't put God in a box. More like some people literally feel like, okay, there's a certain way that they think God is supposed to be talking to them because God has spoken to you that way the last time, that other way the last time, and the other way the last time. Some people literally feel like, okay, this is how He communicates with me. Some people will be like, this is how lots of people that are around me did mention that God communicates with them. So I guess He's going to communicate with me the same way too. You know, when He wants to communicate with me, don't put God in the box. Yo, you cannot pray. Well, please, you can't put Him in the box. You can't just like try and be like, this is how He's going to communicate with me. This is how I think He's communicating with me because that's how He communicates with down and down and down. You can't do that. Don't try to I don't know how to put it. Just there's a word I'm looking for, but since I can't remember it, like I'm just going to proceed. I pray I do remember it eventually. Eventually, that's what I'm whispering. Anyways, so I just feel like it's important for us to just leave an open mind. That's important. Like just leave an open mind, and knowing God, we have the Bible. You get? We have the Bible. Like that's His words. Like His words are there. Like one of my colleague and I, one time one of my colleagues and I were like having a conversation, and we just like were talking about God and all that kind of thing, and about how He puts us in others in some areas, in some things in our life, some areas of our life and everything, how then we just like paused, and then we just concluded, and we're like, you know what, I'm done. Everything that we need to know in this life is in the Bible. Literally, the um the Bible is our guideline. Yes, the Bible is literally our guideline to life. The Bible has everything, like from how you're supposed to react to um people that do you bad, from how you're supposed to carry yourself, from how you everything is in the Bible. We just choose to ignore it. We just choose to pick the things that we decide to pick in the Bible and go with it. But that doesn't change the fact that the Bible literally has everything that we need on there. So that is like our guideline to life. Those are God's words literally. Those are God's words literally. Those are God's words literally. So that's one thing you should know for that. So as for knowing God, if you want to know God, you have to go to His Word. You have to go through His Word. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to seek Him. Okay, this is very funny because like the funny thing is that God is with you. God is in us. Literally, He's in us. Literally, He literally is in us. But like the irony of this thing is still, even though He's in us, we have to literally let Him know that we are interested in knowing Him, and we are interested in understanding Him. We're interested in fellowshipping with Him. We are interested in hearing from Him. We have to. We have to. We literally have to. Okay? And then how are we going to do that? Okay, just imagine this scenario. I think I've explained that to a couple of my friends before. We've talked about this. I'm like, so imagine this scenario, right? You're in a room. You're in a room and you're just lying down there, and there is food, uncooked food, like raw food, like the whole rice and things. They're there. You've not cooked them yet, and they just brought the lights, and then the TV is off. The light in the room is off, but there's lights, but then you've not turned on the light in your room, like the switch in your room is not on. And then in situations like this, now you'd be like, okay, there's light, and you were sad and everything. Okay, fine. What are you going to do right now? Do you realize that at that point you have everything you need? Basically, you have light, you have TV, you have food. But none of these things will satisfy you. None of these things will fill you up if you don't make efforts to actually go work for it. Example, your lights will not magically on by itself. Your television will not magically on by itself. Your food will not magically cook itself. So you see, you have resources. You have everything you need practically. But you gotta stand up at some point and do the do if you want to be satisfied, happy, and excited and fulfilled. If you really want to enjoy that movie and be laughing and be enjoying, oh, there is light, see, go and then eat, you have to wake up, leave that spot, make effort, turning that one on, turning that one on, cutting that one, frying that one, boiling that one, turning that one, pouring that one. You have to make those efforts. That's literally how Christianity is, how lots of Christians, how literally all Christians are. Like, this is not just us, like that's how believers are, that's how it's supposed to be, that's how we are. We have access to everything, we have literally access to everything, but it's not all going to just fix itself for us if we don't stand up and make efforts. That's how God is. He's in us. He's giving us everything we need. He's giving us His presence. He's giving us His God. He has given us access to Him. But at the end of the day, we have to make our own effort in order to let Him come over and take over us entirely and show us that which we want and ask for. So, as for knowing God, it's something that you have to be intentional about, which is the whole point of this. Like, you have to be intentional about knowing God. You have to be intentional about knowing God. You have to put in the effort. Okay? It's the little things, it's the little prayers you pray. God, please let me just know more of you. I want to know more of you. I love you so much. I adore you. From time to time, all these tiny, tiny things. Lord, please show me you. Holy Spirit, take over me entirely. Just the curiosity, listening to sermons. Oh my God, listening to sermons. People, you have to listen to sermons. That has done a lot in my life. That has done a whole lot to me. That has done a lot to me. Do you know the power of listening to sermons, not just from any kind of preacher, but from people that literally carry the spirit? Or you're even going to feel it. Okay, now that's another thing. If you're not really with God like that, how would you know if this person carries word? Either ways. That's why you're supposed to know. God, this thing is so tricky. I feel like lots of things are coming to my head right now, but right, let me just try and stay the course. Let me not confuse us, you and I at the same time. Let me try and avoid that. Anyways, make effort with God. Efforts are the little prayers from time to time. If you can wake up for midnight prayer, I keep saying midnight prayers. Hey, Jesus is Lord. Midnight prayers, guys. If you guys don't do midnight prayers, if none of you guys actually do midnight prayers, if you guys don't do midnight prayers, then what you waiting for? Hmm? What you waiting for? What exactly are you waiting for? Like, start. What? Start. It is important. Hey, it is important. It is important. There's this sanity. There's this. No, wait, don't get me wrong. Praying all the time, it's in the day, morning, it is still fine. It still serves its purpose. But there's something about refusing to sleep, waking up, saying that I want to talk with my God. Saying that, in fact, saying, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but God, here am I. In this quiet time, here am I. I want to hear you. I want to know you. I want to understand you. Midnight prayer is important. It is extremely important. As a believer, I need you people to know this. I know you've heard people talk about this repeatedly. Some pastors literally emphasize on this, and maybe you think it's a joke. But seriously, from personal experience, I would say this: most of the battles I've won, most of the times of my deliverance and my liberation, and most times the things that's been given to me, and most of the times it was just at night. It was at midnight. Like, who used to even say, "Self night is a very sacred time. When men sleep." Oh, Salmon's sentence, like, when men sleep. Things can either be taken or given to you. You're aware, right? When men sleep, it's a very sacred time. Very sacred time, like you are sleeping, your body has shut down. Just you're just your spirit. And don't forget, these people, these witchy people, they can wobble around at night. There was a day, I remember, I was literally sleeping. I was serving then in Port Harcourt that year. Yeah, I was serving in Port Harcourt. And I was sleeping. Just, oh God, I love to sleep. Oh God, I love to sleep. Well, people that know me, they'll know God. They get like to sleep. But like, that's not the point. The point in here is that I was just sleeping at night. I just woke up and I heard a voice. You are sleeping and your enemies are awake. Now, I'm not saying that because you're a child of God, you should not have any rest, though. I'm not saying that because they're like, I'm not saying you will not have rest, like because they're awake, so what? I'll not rest. No, 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 that's not it. When you're growing, when you are, there's, when you're getting to know God, there are things, the sacrifices you're supposed to make. There are steps. There is that's nurturing time. That time of being nurtured. You get me? So yeah, that time. Don't forget. There's some people that are not even happy that you're trying to make this bold step. Cause it is a bold step. It is a huge step. It is literally a very bold step. Those people will not be happy about it. But I'm telling you, wake up in the middle of the night and pray. Wake up and pray. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. But I know that it works magic. It works like magic. It works like magic. Midnight prayers, I'm emphasizing on it so that if there's anything that you all would pick, if you guys don't pick anything from me today, then like if there's anything you would pick up, is the fact that midnight prayers work. Every time prayer works, so do not underestimate the power of prayers. All the day, all the time of the day, it works. But midnight prayers, hey yo, midnight prayers, do not play with that. Okay? Do not play with that. Do not play with that. That's on period. So may God help us. You just try and be intentional, set alarm, do that, do that, do that. Be intentional. Be intentional with your prayers. That's just it. Be intentional. These things are not easy. At times people are so exhausted, they cannot even stand up. Be intentional with your prayers. Carry your Bible, read the scriptures, just and be praying and listen to sermons. Listening to sermons, listening to sermons, listening to Christian songs. There is there's something that I noticed that I think there was a time. Okay, for I am obsessed with Theophilus Sunday song. Like, oh, I'm obsessed with that man's song, yo. Like, that man's songs. Like, I don't know how he does it. I feel, I don't know. I feel like, I'm curious. Like, I feel like he literally, okay, not a feeling. This man literally is in the spirit. Or he sings. And it's like, it's not even, it's the Holy Spirit just literally just, you know, takes over him entirely. And then the way he sings about how much he loves God and how he wants God to take over and all those kind of things. And it's literally the way he expresses himself, the way he sings, the way he the way he's like, it's like he explained in one of his songs. It's literally a marriage affair. That's how he explained it. It's like, hey, the way he sings, you can just hear his pure love for God. You can feel it. You can hear it. And I feel I don't feel like, I literally am sure that his songs helped me move closer to God in a way, because I've always been in love with Christ in a way, and even though, well, I didn't know the day. I didn't know the day, you guys. I didn't know the day. Like, I've just always like carried God just especially in my heart, because just like most of us, we all grew up in that very home by which they pray. Parents don't play with churches, they don't play with prayers and devotions and God and all that kind of thing. So basically, Mine, I don't know, the way the way I literally, I don't know, I just had this hunger. There's always something that makes you, there's something that should give you that drive, that should make you want to know God. Something should make you that, like for me personally, like mine was just like, I don't understand you, I don't really know you as much, but I need you to come take over me. Like, and I need you to save me. Like, I need you to save me. I came to God with that. Like, I need you to save me. I was going through a situation. There was something up, and don't worry, with time, with time, with time, we're going to talk about that. With time, we're going to talk about that. Yeah. Well, I think I'm kind of like taking your time, so I'm gonna stop here. But mhm. Let me just say this: like for me, that was it for me. That was what came. Like I was like, it's either God, nah, or nothing. It's either God or no one. So I just came to God, and I was vulnerable. I was like, I am such a crybaby when I pray. I know most of us are like, but I'm a crybaby when I pray. It's like, whoo. I am sure God. At times I'm like, sure God is in heaven. Be like, she has come again. We need that one that likes to cry. My beloved, because he loves me. Like I used to think he's literally obsessed with me. Like he's literally in love with me. Okay, obsession is a strong word, but he loves me. He might as well be. I mean, he's always with me and he cares so much about me. So, but my point in here is that I cry. I came to him. I didn't understand him and everything, but I just felt he was literally my only way, you know. And I was right. He is my only way. And he's your only way too. He's your only way too. He's literally your only way too. Like he's literally your only way too. No jokes. Don't worry. By the time you guys are going to hear all the stories on my end. But since I'm just like, let me get comfortable first. Yo, I don't want to start spilling yet. Let me get comfortable first. You understand? Yeah. Be intentional. For you to know God, you definitely have to be intentional with Him. You have to definitely be intentional. Okay? You have to be intentional. And one thing is that those sermons listening to is very important because that's the way of you feeding your spirit and you fasting again. I'm not necessarily saying that it's not necessarily that 6 to 6 kind of drill that we were told about. It mustn't be 6 to 6. You get me? It mustn't be 6 to 6. It mustn't be 6 to 7, 6 to 5, 6 to 4, 6 to 3. It could just be, you could literally break your fast within around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Baby steps. Baby steps till you eventually keep pushing it forward, till you eventually get to the point by which you can even you do 6 to 6. It is fine. It is fine. You don't have to stress it. It's not that complicated. It's not that hard. God is basically for effort. He just wants to see you do it, see you try to do it. So I think we should try and be intentional with things like that. Try and fast. Whoa. And there is something that I do at times for those of us that at times that feel a bit drifted. For some of us, at times literally go through these things and then eventually will stop and you just feel kind of like they're coming back to square one again. That's not how it works. Hey, I don't. For me, there's where I see this. You know how you put, let's say, for example, you carry a big bag, a big bucket, a very very big bucket, and you just keep it in under this running tap that drips. The tap is dripping. Let's say peep, peep, boom, 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 boom. That kind of annoying sound drip. That kind of dripping. You keep this very big rubber and under a tap that drips. Obviously, slow but steady. It is annoying. It is slow. At times, the tap might cease and then now come back and continue. But at the end of the day, if you go back and check after 1 week or whatever, you still see water there and you see progress. Maybe not as much as you want, but it is still boom, 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 boom. Now it's left for you. You understand? To maybe increase the voltage and let it pour quickly. You can increase literally the tap and let it literally fill up fast till it starts overflowing. Or you can leave it that way and it keeps dripping. That's how I feel like our spiritual life is. Though. At the end of the day, there's one thing I know is important. It's better the tap is dripping than it is empty at all. And I feel like it is risky to just be doing the drip, 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 drip for long. You can't just be dripping for a whole year. You can't just be doing pum 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 for all year. For like all your life, you'll be doing baby steps. Ping ping. No, how about now? How about why? Why? It's not God's intention for us to be that sluggish. You're coming to him that is already there. You're trying to know him and you're baby stepping it. Like so, like taking your time. Nah, but at times, me, if I feel a bit slow, if I feel like something has happened, I've drifted away, and I'm like, I should try and I just decided to like fast for a whole week, which is something you can do too. Just say fast a whole week. In that whole week, you just pray, reading and wake up for midnight prayers and all that kind of thing. That helps a lot. That helps a lot. And when I finish all those kind of fastings, I feel well, my God is so proud of me. So yes, that's it. Just fast, do whatever you have to do. You should fast and just pretty much make effort. That's just it. And then you can always just write down prayer points, and like things that will help you just be up straight, will just keep you in place. You can just pray and be like, God, I want to know you. Just talk to him. Well, talk to him. It's not that complicated. You must not literally be, Dada, I want to know. It's about there are different kind of prayers. This God we're talking about is a friend, is a lover. He's a comforter, he's a brother, he's a father. Don't forget. Do not forget. I'm telling you, yes, he is. He's all of that and more. He is all of that and more. So it is not as complicated. Talk to him. Whisper to him. This is the way you can just stay with your father and be like, Daddy, I'm tired, though. Daddy, you're ignoring me now, Daddy. That's how you can do with God, though. That is how you can do with God. Even though I know it's not all of us that have that thing with our parents, that our fathers that they can talk so comfortably and all, but just know that this God here, he is beyond this early parent thing. He is above them all. He loves you way more than they love you. So he's even different. He's understanding. He sees your heart. He adores you. See, that's the funny thing about God. Those efforts you make, so long as you make those effort from a good place, as long as you're making those effort and from a pure place, like from this very genuine place, honestly, as long as you make this effort from a very genuine place, God gets it. He does. He will listen to you, and he will just one day just, and if you feel like you're trying to understand him or whatever and it's not working, relax. Relax. Keep on it. Keep on it. Listen to sermons, like I said. Wake up in the middle of night and pray. As I said, do what you have to do. All these things, I'm going to eventually break them down. You know, that middle of night thing, I feel like I really need to break it down. Like, it's important. And I need to share some of my experience with you guys concerning that. Like, this middle of the night prayer thing is incredible. Like, I cannot stop emphasizing on it and listening to sermons. Listen to sermons. Listen, and try to do exactly as you hear. Listen to sermons. Fast. Pray. Not necessarily on your knees, casting and binding. No, pray. Not God, I want this. God, I want that. God, I want that. No. You want to know Him, yeah? Calm down. Concentrate on Him. Momo, just know the Father. Okay? Go to Him first. And every other thing will be added unto you. Not my words, biblically. It's there in the Bible. Know Him. Know ye first the kingdom of God, and every other thing will be added unto you. Oh, mommy, shame me. You see? It's there. That is it. So what are you waiting for? Know Him. Baby steps. Know Him. Now, I'm going to talk about hearing from God in the next video. Okay? Yeah, in the next video also. But know Him. Be intentional with Him. It is just like these us girls. Whoa, we don't like a man that will just come from nowhere, say he likes us. 2 days later, he's not chatting us up, he's not calling us, he's not even coming to even say he wants to see us or anything. Like, we will not take him seriously. We don't take such seriously. Except maybe if the girl really, really likes him, and which I don't. Well, please, if me, for most of us, well, people like me, I like intentional men. Well, I like seeing a man being intentional with me. And I know lots of us are like that too. You want to see a man calling, you want to see the person calling you, even a man self, the girl self. If you are chasing a girl and you're dating her, and you're the only one doing the whole calling and everything, and she's not intentional, you call her, I'm busy, she doesn't even have your time and everything, it's going to kill your vibe. You're going to eventually get tired, and let her be. Because it looks like what? This girl does not want to know you. This girl does not like you. It looks like that. Oh. This girl doesn't want to. She doesn't want to understand you. She doesn't want to date you. That's how it is on our side too. We'll be like, this man is not serious. If he likes me, if he loves me like he's claimed he does, he would have my time. He'll be intentional. Saying busy, busy all this kind. Please. Well, there is this quote that used to go around. No one is ever busy for the ones they love. It is same spiritually. Be intentional with your God, and then He will reveal Himself to you, and then He will give you that understanding that you want to know so bad, and then He will show you Him in a way that will amaze you, in a way that will humble you, in a way that will give you clarity at His own time. So my point is, do these things, make efforts to knowing this person. Okay, make efforts. Read your Bibles, listen to sermons, listen to worship songs. And yes, there was something about worship songs that I was saying. I got caught. Oh, I was going to say, there are times, even when you don't feel like praying and you find that worship song, play it. Play that worship song, yo. Play that worship song. When it's time, you just don't play with songs that stir up your spirit. Don't forget what works for you as a music or a preacher will not work for me. What works for me as a music or preacher will not work for you. Either ways, thank God, God has literally risen lots of people that sing and preach. So you'll still find your own. In the meantime, do not play with the ones that stir up your spirit. Anytime I listen to a song like that, it gets me emotional. Any spiritual song that gets me emotional, I will abuse you. I'll put you on repeat. Because that's why back to my Theophilus Sunday. Yeah, Victoria Orenze. And a couple of some too. But Theophilus is just magical. Okay, yeah, I remember one day, guys. I went to tailor shop with my mom, and when we got there, the tailor, I was just waiting. Mom still left. She left me there because she was going to work. She just dropped me off, and the tailor was just trying to check some things and everything, and she was playing the song from her phone, and this song that was a while ago. This set my heart on fire. From this Victoria Renze. Oh, I set my heart on fire for you. That song. I I just literally stayed there. I was in this. I started tearing up. I don't know. I literally got lost in the lyrics and just started tearing up. Just like that, I just started tearing up. It was like it was saying. She was saying those words. She was saying those things that I can't even. That she was speaking. She was saying those words for me. Those are the words. This is how I want my heart on fire. But I don't know. She was saying the words for me to God. So I put her on repeat, and I will listen to these songs, worshiping God. So there's one thing I know right now. See, worships, songs are also a way of prayer to God. At times, if you don't feel like praying, you should talk to Him. If you don't feel like praying to God, talk to Him. If you don't feel like talking to God, sing to Him. If you don't feel like singing to God, play a music that you connect to. Listen to it. Dwell in it. Think about and I promise you that is another way of communication. That is another way of communication. Because God that sees your heart gets it. He listens to you listening to that, and He knows that this is what you're saying to Him. So listen to worship songs. Listen to songs that are nice, that literally connects you. So any song, any worship song that makes your spirit feels, go and abuse it. Abuse it. You get another one to abuse again. Abuse it. Listen to it. Dwell on it. Don't take that for granted. I promise you, there's a wavy fire in that kind of things. The fire that comes in that kind of thing. Hey, oh, and it's not just everybody that sings. Most of those people, ministers of God, though. They're ministers of God. Their voice. Almighty of the Sunday. Hey God, that man. Hey Jesus is Lord. That man. His songs always do it for me. And there's one tip again. If you want to pray and you don't feel like praying, always play music. Any spiritual music that always stirs up your spirit. Play it in the background. Lower it. Stand up. Sit whatever. And let it play. And keep singing to it. You will eventually get the hang of it and start praying. That's what happens. It happens to me a lot. Anytime I don't feel like praying or whatever, I just play with music and I just keep singing it. And then before you know, I'm in the spirit and off I go. Okay? So yeah, that's it for now. You get my points, right? Thanks for your time and thanks for watching. I'm going to stop here. And if you have any questions and everything, well, I literally don't even know. I pretty much was just going all over the place. So I that's how I feel. So I just pray and I hope that you people have learned a lot. And even if it's just 1 or 2 persons or 3 persons or 4 persons or more, I pray it's more. Whoa, please learn. No. I just read that like I was able to like remind some of you of some things that are important, or I was able to help some of you embark on this awesome, beautiful, gorgeous, great, one of a kind, miraculous, excellent, awesome journey. I'm really, really excited because if you're literally just trying to embark on this journey, I promise you that this is the best decision you've ever made, because there's no going wrong with trying to know God and trying to understand God. And there's one thing that I know is important. Let me say it now. See, most of us were literally born into religions, right? So, and most people, if you ask them, why are you a Christian? Why are you Muslim? Why is this? Be like, it's because I was born to it. 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 People, please, 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 please go and find your religion for yourself. Don't just be going to church because your parents, you grew up and you're seeing your parent drag you there or going there. Don't be praying because your parents were praying. No. Be curious. Ask yourself, what is inside this? What moved them to do this? What is in this thing? Know it for yourself. Personalize it. Personalize your religion, guys. Personalize your religion. I repeat, personalize your religion. It's no joke. Personalize it. Make it personal to you. Know it. Understand it. So that, see, so that you would, the feeling will be different. When you personalize your religion, when you actually understand it, know it, and personalize it, it's now a personal thing to you because it means so much to you. It's beyond, it's deep for you. Hmm. The feeling is different. What? The feeling is different. The feeling is different. The feeling is different. And that's period. Like, that's on period. Like, the feeling is just different. Okay? So let's try and do that. Please. Okay? Let's try and do that. Know God. Baby steps. Do all these things. And thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate you. I don't forget to subscribe. Yo, do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel, okay? And follow me on IG, just everywhere and just wherever it is, and help the girl out. Make comments as usual. Your contributions, your comments, whatever it is, they are very welcomed. Well, they're very, very welcomed. So please go ahead and do that. And if you, like I said, if you have anything that you would like me to discuss, yo, in my next video, whatever, you could always, buzz me up about it, and I would, as the spirit leads, possibly take it on. Okay. And what else? Like to, and yeah, subscribe. I know I've said it like thousands of times, but here am I repeating it again. Hopefully you get it. Anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. um Stay blessed. Love you guys. Mwah. Mwah.